It's Diversity TV bringing you the Untold stories for the week of June 11, 2021. Hosted by myself, Harriet, Tinka, and my co-host,
Hamza Karoma.
Sponsored by Ray Z Plumbing and Heating. Here are the headlines for this week. What is coming up in Filipino Heritage Month of June? If you're looking for a job in Amazon and other modern warehouses, Solomon College has something for you. Meet a time philanthropist, an Edmonton Police Officer who takes volunteering to a whole new level. If you like shopping in the mall and like to start or end with a meal at the food court, but can't do so due to the COVID-19 restrictions, Kingsway Mall in Edmonton found a solution to that. Now, the news in detail. For segment 1, Hamza, are you looking for a job in Amazon or perhaps other modern warehouses, or do you know anybody?
I actually know some buddies who are actually looking for a job right now. And for anyone else that's looking for a job, the deadline is in 2 weeks for Solomon College next intake into their Quest program with almost 100% job success rate for students. And not just that, but it's free.
That's wonderful. 100% successful rate. That's wonderful. Now, I know that they do have some minimum requirement. Would you like to really share that with our audience?
Yeah. So, Solomon College's key workplace essential skills training, Quest, program is a 12-week training program focused on equipping learners with the technological skills, workplace essential skills, workplace safety certificates, and the employment readiness skills needed to find employment in the warehouse sectors. The minimum requirements are minimum CLB 3-6 in all skill areas, permanent residents or Canadian citizens, no previous education in Canada except LINC or ESL, not on employment insurance, and they also need to know basic computer skills.
Wow. So if anybody's interested and has those basic requirements that they're looking for, they can call this number. And Hamza, do you want to tell our audience where they can or how they can get a hold of Solomon College?
Yeah, of course. 587-938-3403 or go to solomoncollege.ca.
Excellent. On to our segment 2. In segment 2, we are now accepting content for the Summer Diversity Magazine print, and it's dedicated to men, the pillars of the home, communities, businesses, and what have you. Do you speak another language other than English?
I do actually. I speak French. And that's great because this second bilingual edition of Diversity Magazine will be in English and French.
Well, for myself, I don't speak French, but I will be interested in the English version. But also, anybody else who doesn't speak English can also have it in French, just like we said, because it's bilingual. And we do have also a beautiful souvenir of provenance, which you can have on your desk, wall. So let's talk. What is the number that they can call if they want to add to the content of our magazine or even get the souvenir of provenance?
Well, they can call 780-709-0965 or they can go to diversitymag.ca.
Excellent. On to my favorite segment. Do you know what that is? My favorite segment?
I think so. Fashion and beauty time on Diversity TV.
Yes, I love fashion. Now, some people do not like shopping in a crowded space. Just like myself, I don't like that. But other people like that VIP experience.
Yeah, I think that's great. And also, with that VIP experience where they can try every dress on display without feeling that they are on the way of others.
I'm excited because this summer, guess what's going to happen? Do you have an
What's
idea?
gonna? Oh, I think I have an idea. The Afro-Western fashion line, KYN Apparel, is organizing a VIP personalized shopping for shoppers to have a unique experience with their designs, fit, ask questions, and pick from selection.
That's super exciting because if you love fashion and you want to have that individualistic experience, do make sure that you contact KYN Apparel. Now, we did take some pictures just for everyone to see because they invited us exclusively to have a sneak preview of what it's going to look like. For more information, you can go on their website, which is
KYNapparel.ca.
I'm super excited about that experience, my favorite segment. Before we go to our next segment, let's have a word from our supporters. On to segment number 4.
Who are we celebrating this week?
Good question. Well, meet the time philanthropist, an Edmonton police officer who takes volunteering to a whole new level. Do you volunteer? Or have you ever volunteered?
Yes, I have actually. I volunteered with the Boys and Girls Club. So yeah,
So you are a big brother, or were you the were you the mentee?
big brother. Some people have lots of money to give, while others have lots of time to donate. Are you a time philanthropist? Do you volunteer?
I do actually. I also am a big sister for Big Brothers. Actually, they call it Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So I do volunteer for them. Little plug for them there, I guess.
That's wonderful. Is there a project or organization that you like what they do and will like to volunteer for them? Edmonton Police Officer takes volunteering to a new level and is rewarded for it. Edmonton Police Service, EPS, Detective Rocky Hansen was named the top Kiwanis cop for 2020 for his volunteerism working with young Edmonton athletes. Actually, I'm an athlete myself. I've done wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
Do
Oh.
you do any sports? Have you done any sports?
I am an ultra marathon runner. Do you know what that is?
Wow, what is that?
It's crazy running. Running from Edmonton to Reddy as an example. I just do that, just like that.
Wow, that's amazing. We invited Detective Hansen to share what this means to him.
It's been a very humbling experience, to say the least. I look back at some of the past winners of this award and see some of the amazing things that they've done within the community, each in their own different area, and realize how important it is. And for me, my community is very important to me, and to give back to them has been truly an honor for me to give back to them, and then to be recognized for giving back is a nice accomplishment. Not something that I look for, but definitely a nice accomplishment. You know what? Volunteering's always been important to me. My father and my father-in-law were both big volunteers in the community, and they kind of encouraged us to give back. And I see it as a way of giving back. And sports have been a part of my life growing up. Ever since I was a little kid, sports have been my outlet, and I've participated in various sports throughout the years. Growing up, I was big on hockey. Was my main sport. I played baseball and basketball, and badminton, and whatnot. But as I got into high school, football became a very important part of my life. I took football to to the next level. I played junior football. I played down in the States on a scholarship. I was drafted by the Argos. I mean, football was huge for me. And, growing up, that's kind of, when I got older, I kind of translated the skills that I learned in these sports to being able to give back in coaching. Biggest thing I'd say, and I've said this before, is time. Our own time is the biggest valuable asset that we have. It doesn't have to be monetary, and lots of people aren't wealthy in a sense that they have lots of money to give and be philanthropists. However, you can be a philanthropist through giving back of your time, and what you put in is what you get out, and it is such a rewarding thing to be able to give back your time, and at different levels. The community league, I see what I've done for the children and the families in the community league, and that warms my heart. For the kids I coach, I get calls and I'm in contact with them over the years. To see them growing into great young men and women is just really a blessing, and to watch that and know that you've played maybe a small part in that is very rewarding.
Coronavirus is one of the topics that we've all been talking about. And this is segment number 5, Coronavirus Project Cool Times. And this is sad because we lost one of a very, very important community member. Rest in peace, Hassan Jamal. Can you share with the world what he was all about, what impact he left in the world?
After wrestling the dreaded COVID-19 on a hospital bed, Hassan Jamal lost his battle in Edmonton, right here, on May 1st, 2021. Born in Kismayo, Somalia in 1962 and died on May 1st, 2021, Hassan has offered a lot to the world and his restaurant, Zuhir Restaurant.
His wife is very resilient. She is so strong. Lula Jama, one of a kind, Iroko, tough woman, a very resilient wife. He was left with 3 sons and a daughter, many customers, and a community supporters to take care of. Well, she's handling it way better than anyone could ever imagine.
She's a very strong woman.
Absolutely.
Hassan never stopped sharing his vision for his restaurant. A kind man with a good sense of humor, one I can hardly say enough about. He came to Canada in 2005 from USA to join his wife, Lula Jama. They opened Zuhir Restaurant on January 1st, 2018. With their fantastic cooking skills, friendly disposition, and business acumen, they have grown the restaurant into one of Edmonton's unique restaurants. R.I.P. Hassan.
I've actually been to the restaurant, and if anybody has not had an opportunity to go there, absolutely try it because the food is sinfully delicious. Please keep the smiles flowing wherever the journey takes you. Before we go to our next segment, let's have a word from our supporters.
Hello, my name is Anne with BCB in Action. Here we support, advocate, promote, and empower all Black businesses in Western Canada. We do this by mentorship program, networking events, and training programs. Our goal is to have all Black businesses thrive in the Canadian marketplace. Go to www.bcbinaction.org to find out how we can support you.
Segment 6, International News. Now, this segment is actually full of surprises. Well, tell us, what are the surprises?
Well, let's see here. Well, the difficult job of being a political leader, never known what to expect, as this week, France President Emmanuel Macron was given a Dracula slap by someone in the crowd, even though he was offering a friendly handshake.
Yikes, that was a rude awakening for him. I can't imagine.
Me neither, that's wow. And also, in Africa, in Nigeria specifically, the popular Nigerian preacher T.B. Joshua died on June 5th, 2021, at age 58. He founded the Synagogue Church of All Nations in 1987.
Do you know where Nigeria is?
Yes, it's in Africa.
Very good. Segment 7. What are we cooking? Oh, food. That's another one of my favorite segments. All about food and fashion. What are we cooking this week?
Well, in Kingsway Mall food court, which is great, they have some great food there. Kingsway Mall, Edmonton, has figured out an inventive outdoor eating space that is open to the public starting June 1st until fall 2021. Located at the main west entrance near the food court and Forever 21, explore vibrant designs and wordplay that will inspire you to hunt for hidden messages in a larger-than-life word search, attempt an unconventional hopscotch, and explore puddles of magnetic color amidst a vast, mysterious grid. Bon appetit.
Oh, that sounds exciting. So I can have my food, my drinks, and have fun all at the same time. For next segment 8, it's all about volunteering. It's all about giving back. Just like earlier on, we talked about the police officer supporting the Edmonton youth athletes. He's giving back his time, and he's a time philanthropist. So our listeners can do the same, or you and I can also do the same. Now, what is this new conference that we've been talking about that is going to be happening in Edmonton this summer?
The Diversity Conference. And this will be happening from July 6 to 10 at 9 a.m., inviting big names like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. III. Have you ever met him?
No, absolutely not. And for me, it gives me another reason to get a ticket. And I know where to get the ticket. It's on diversityconference.ca. Please get your ticket and you get to meet Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. III. How cool is that?
That sounds amazing. I'm excited.
So am I. I can't wait. Now, speaking of exciting, how about empower Black entrepreneurs to lead successful business projects? This program does aim to really empower Black entrepreneurs. Do you know any Black entrepreneurs looking to be empowered?
Yes, I do actually. I actually know a group of Black entrepreneurs, which I am also within myself, and are providing information strategies and resources to help them increase their capacity and viability to innovate their business and overcome the impact COVID-19 had on their businesses. It could help like entrepreneurs like me and myself in the group to improve.
So that's all about empowering this Black entrepreneur organization or businesses. They will be supporting services that will equip them to drive their business forward and identify ways to help their business prosper through webinars. That's always fun. Also, they'll be doing workshops, coaching. Coaching is so important because when you're coached, then you really develop those skills that you didn't think you could have. Big support. Also business skill development, training, peer supports, and what else?
There's also forums and more best practices related to entrepreneurship. The registration form, you can see that right there.
Yeah, they can just go on their website because that's the only way to get a hold of these organizations so that you can also be empowered. So that's about empowering Black business entrepreneurs. Now on to our next announcement. How can you improve policing?
Well, I could tell EPS, or anyone could tell EPS about their feedback, and your feedback matters. Everyone is welcome to share their ideas and experiences at these community listening sessions.
I know that space is always limited, so anybody who's interested in having your voice heard, please register early. And also they can leave their comments on epsinput.ca. Do we have any upcoming sessions that people can participate in?
Oh, well, there's a Zoom listening session with Chief Dale McPhee, which is June 15, noon to 1 p.m., and June 29th, 2021, noon to 2 p.m. Where can you register?
Again, they can go on the website. You can leave your feedback. Go on the website, www.epsinput.ca. Do you have a mentor Or do you want one? Or do you know what that is?
I would love a mentor.
I have so many questions. Well, the Africa Center is calling for mentors to its mentorship program in elementary. That's a great area. Junior high, high school, and post-secondary school level. So if anybody is interested, like yourself, I know you're looking for a mentor and you have been, this is your opportunity. You can call Tower and let our audience know how to get a hold of Tower.
You can get a hold of her at 780-455-5423, extension 206.
So you better be calling that number because you need a mentor. What are we launching this month for jobs? Well, I know that Alberta launches Jobs Now. And this is a federal provincial investment program that will provide up to 600, I almost said six, but they'll be providing 370 million to help private and nonprofit organization with job support to get, thousands of Albertans back to work. Because it's been such a tough time with COVID-19. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and why not take advantage of this federal government funding that they're offering?
Yeah, I think that's a great way to help people improve more, especially after this, kind of like this setback. I think that'll be great.
It's been quite a difficult time. Now, employers can apply for funding to offset those costs of hiring, training unemployed or even underemployed Albertans in new or vacant position. What a great opportunities for the employers, because they've really, really suffered through this COVID-19. Well, anybody who's interested in getting more information, you can go on their website, www.alberta.ca.
Oh, wow. Yay. Did you hear that? Did you hear about this?
Oh, what are you excited about? I hear music. I can see your eyes, and I know there's something interesting going on. What is it?
Oh, well, a special Afro Carnival will take place on Saturday, July 25th. There's going to be performances, food, exhibitions, fashion show, and more. Interested? Please text 780-709-0965.
That sounds exciting. I know I've been to all the carnivals every year, and I never leave hungry, but I always leave really tired with lots and lots of network. So anybody who's looking to have fun, maybe be a time philanthropist, I'm sure they'll be looking for lots of volunteers. That's always a big deal, because for an event to be successful like Afro Carnival, you have to have volunteers. And of course, you need the support of the community. So again, what's that number for people to call if they're interested in participating?
780-709-0965.
Yay! So segment 9. Wow. Segment 9 is all about Canada and people seeking a better life. This one is actually very heartfelt. Like, I was just reading about this, and it is a heartfelt one. You want to share with our audience?
Of course. They came to Canada from Pakistan seeking a better life, but 3 generations taken away for no reason, but just for being who they are, Muslim. A 20-year-old has been charged for using his truck to kill a family out on a walk in London, Ontario. Prime Minister Trudeau calls the incident a terrorist attack. All right.
That is so sad. I read about that, and I just felt so much sadness. And somebody to do that just because they don't believe in other people being part of the community. It's so sad that if you're different, it's okay to be different. You don't judge people for being different or even taking their lives. That is so sad. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to those family members.
Absolutely. On to our segment 10. This is super exciting because it's Filipino Heritage Month celebration. You get to experience the Filipino heritage. So, you want to tell our audience what this one's all about?
Of course. Saludo 2021 is a site that lists about 20 events happening Canada-wide for the celebration of Filipino Heritage Month. A tour of Canada through Philippine eyes. When is this happening?
This will be happening on June 27, which is one event organized by FIDIAS, which is based here in Edmonton, Philippines Edmonton Event and Art Society. There will be about 10 writers. And as well, they will be reading prose and poetry about various things that are happening in the location in Canada. And there will be immigrant lens as well. 10 free books will be given away. I hope I'm going to get one of the books, if not all 10. This will be on June 27. And during this event, there'll be so much happening. I know there will be songs, there'll be people dancing. Even though it's virtual, the experience will be the same. Now, here's kind of like a question I'm going to ask you. Fun fact. When did Philippines get their independence?
When?
I thought you'd know this one. Come on. June 12. I am like a walking encyclopedia today. Now, Historia is a 2-day event covering various topics. What kind of topics?
Topics such as the Philippines history and includes 6 panelists from the Edmonton community, various cultural backgrounds.
That's exciting. So anybody who is interested, please make sure you participate in this month events, and you can go to Saludo 2021, as we said earlier. But we got the opportunity and the honor of inviting one of their guests. And her name is?
Mila Bonco from the Filipino community in Edmonton to tell us more.
Thank you for inviting me. My name is Mila Bonco Philipsig. I'm one of the founders of FIDIAS, which is the Philippine Edmonton Events and Arts Society, and we organize the Filipino Fiesta every year here in Edmonton. And I'm also a children's book writer, poet, and essayist based here in Edmonton. So in 2019, Alberta was actually the first province where June was designated to be the Philippine Heritage Month. And now it's also the Philippine Heritage Month in the whole of Canada. And June 12th is when we have our Independence Day. So it very cleanly aligns to June. And so all over pre-pandemic, all over the provinces, we would have these big festivals, fiestas, where there would be a stage, of course, the Philippine food available, and then you're able to see crafts, marketplace, and that's what we have in Edmonton as well. So we have a big fiesta or festival where in addition to the stages for presentations, we also have a family and children's zone, as well as heritage and cultural zone, where you can learn about the history, like participate in interactive crafts, and there's also art, and so on and so forth. So we celebrate it because we want those immigrants who came here to hear the music, that they were listening to at home, create networks, meet other people, as well as be able to bring their children and grandchildren to be able to experience, Philippine food, the music, the dances, the crafts, the stories. And we also have photo booths, see people in the traditional attire, and so on. So this year, of course, because of the pandemic, everything is virtual. And so because everything is virtual, we decided to organize a Canada-wide events. And so we have Saludo Canada 2021. And there's a website where you can go, and there's 20 events listed there all through the month of June. So there's some comedy, there's some performances, there's the history of the Filipino people. And on June 27, a special plug for my event, there will be 10 writers reading pieces on a tour of Canada through Philippine eyes. So there will be prose and poetry and essays from 10 writers in different provinces, and all of us will be reading about a specific place in our neighborhood or community. And you can find all these when you log into saludocanada.ca. All the events are there, all the registration information, and all these events happen in different dates all throughout June.
Thank you for watching Diversity TV Community Newscast. My name is Harriet Tinka and my co-host
Hamza Karoma.
Please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you're the first to get the news as we upload it. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Also, we do have a website. It's www.diversityplus.ca. See you next week.
See you next week.